Hello! Today we are doing maybe the final part? No, not the final part, but the final part for a while. So here we have all of the goobers for bruticus. All of them. Yay! My camera's very far away from my desk, so I'm going to have to do these transformations off camera. But yeah. So here we have them. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's Brawl, there's Vortex, Onslaught, Blast Off, Swindle. Surprised I managed to do that. I suck with names. And I'm realizing Swindle's gun has fallen off. Well, gun. I don't know, it's just a stick with a missile attached. But yeah, here they are. Here's size comparison, pretty much. You already know how they scale with Megatron and Starscream, so we don't need to do that. But yeah, let's get them transformed. Alright, that took too long. But here we have them in their alternate mode. I forgot to turn. Alright, lamp is now on. The reason why I paused the video to do that was because the lamp is very loud when it turns on. I don't want you guys' ears bleeding. But yeah, here we have them. Alternate mode. Here's the alternate mode size comparison. So, yay! Anyways. Now, we gotta get them to combine mode. So, nice. Okay, just a quick interruption. I got him and him transformed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got both of them transformed. Forgot if I showed that or not. Did I show their combine modes? Yeah, I did. I don't know. My brain's hurting. It's been so long. I did forget to mention his video, though. He has landing gear. So, yay. It does roll. Anyways, now I gotta go through pain. Wish me luck. Alright. Let's get them transformed. Well, no, not transformed. Combined. So, we'll start with the legs. So, let's start. Swindle. So we basically just get this, shove it into there. This will close up on it, pretty much. Just like so. Then you make sure this is kind of angled upward like that. Something I always forget. So you kind of want this kind of like that. So when you slide this in, it can't go all the way down. Come on. Go in. There we go. There you have a leg. Now, I'm going to open this back up. Because we got some weapon storage. Well, no, we'll talk about weapon storage in a little bit. Brawl is easier attaching the foot. So you just want to slide them on. Close up the back. It will tab into his thighs. And you're pretty much done. Now I'm going to untab that and make sure this is split. Because you need that split to attach it to the combine mode. Speaking of that, let's bring that in. So for Swindle, you just slide it in like that. It just slides right in and out like that. Ooh, I almost dropped Swindle. And Brawl is a bit more complicated. It's basically the same way Swindle attaches to the foot. That's it. So there you have it. Lower half of his body. Now we get Onslaught. He just slides right there. If you have it lined up, of course. Ah. That's how it's been looking on my shelf for a while, by the way. Then we get this piece. This will just slide right on. That's not slide on correctly because it just does that. And these there's little hook tabs right there that'll hook into Onslaught. I'm going to do that off camera because it's stupid. Alright, we got that attached. Now, get the chest piece. And it will just slot on like that. Make sure these don't fall off. These. See, it just fell off. Come on. There we go. Gotta get this wheel. Then we get the arms. This blasts off. This will just plug in 4 places. I'm gonna do that off camera because it's annoying. Give me a second. There you go. And this, just slide in like that. That will lock into place. And if you have everything lined up, as it should just close up. Why is it not closing up? Okay, there we go. There's one arm. You can just move that down. Now the other arm, harder to attach to the hand, easier to attach to the arm. Here we have Vortex. This will slide in and these will clip around it. Kind of want to open these up. Come on. On. I don't think it's tapped in fully. Alright, now we try. Oh, that was much easier. Alright, so you just tab it in. Lock these in to the side. When they line up. There you have another arm. This one just goes in, slides back. That's a little problematic for some people. Not very problematic for me, but yeah. Now we just move them back. And there you have bruticus. My back is totally not hurting. Weapon storage wise, I'll just tell you where they go. So Blastoff's gun goes right here. Vortex and Onslaught's gun go where they were in alternate mode. Swindle's wheel goes inside the calf. I'll show that in a minute. These just attach on the back of the leg. I'll show you that. And these attach to the back of the leg. I'll show you that. Back of Brawl. Alright. So, for Brawl, just want to fold it up like it is in robot mode. Tab in right there. That's how I do it. These were never mentioned in the instructions. I just like to do it like this. Then this just goes right here at an angle because it'll lock in better if it's at an angle. And Swindle, what you want to do is open this up. Let's see if I can turn them sideways. Like that. Yeah. And this will just go in there. It has a place to tab in. There's 2 designated tabs for this. So if I could tab it in, that'd be great. My hands are very shaky and I don't know why. we just get the rest of his accessories and plug them on. Just like that. I did take this off and actually attach it to this piece because it works better like that. Now, we just take Vortex's gun, put it on his side, take Onslaught's gun, put it on his side. Hand, please. Thank you. Then we turn him sideways. And then his gun, which is attached at an angle, because I find that the best way to do it, right there. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, but it helps. These are the best ways I found. So, yeah. Anyways. Bruticus. He is beautiful. Especially with those painted eyes that I added. He does have a tendency to lean back just due to how the ratchet joints work. That sucks. He's very top heavy since there's 3 figures up there and only 2 figures down there. So yeah. But he is pretty cool. Let's just move this back so I can show you Elmo Masterpiece Megatron. So yeah, there he is with Masterpiece Megatron. Pretty cool. Here he is with Starscream. Very nice. And yeah, let's talk about his articulation now. So, he has a swivel, weird hinge joint assembly at the neck. So you can kind of tilt side to side, look up and down, and move side to side. Full 360 if you want. Arm moves out this far. Does bump it to the head. The other arm moves out much better. Dude, if you have it in this configuration. If not, it moves out much worse. Arms rotate full 360. They do hold. Bicep swivel on both of them. Elbow bends on both of them. I'm using blast off for this because his elbow bend's a little tight. Not a little, it's a lot tight, but I loosened it by loosening a screw. I recommend you do that without break if you don't want to break it. Hand articulation, there's a swivel, there's a hinge joint back. Thumb is on a ball joint, hinge joint, hinge joint. Here, let me just. So thumb's on a ball joint, right there. Hinge joint, hinge joint. And then ball joint, hinge joint on the rest of the fingers. So you can get a good spread. So nice. I like these hands, but they're not good. They're not as good as Fans Toys hands. Like Fans Toys Combiner hands. And you'll see that when the rest of Devastator release from Fans Toys is. Ratcheted waist swivel. Doesn't really attach. The chest doesn't really attach that well. There's an arcing back and ab crunch, but they're so tight I don't want to do them. So we're not. And the lower body I'm just going to explain and not show you because I don't feel like picking this guy up. I'm very weak. Basically, move out the side skirt, butt skirt, move out as well. Can't see it. You gotta move out the side skirt to move the leg forward. The legs move back on a separate hinge and then move out all the way. The knees are pretty cool. The knees, actually, you press a button on the back of the leg and they extend. So you can get a double jointed knee, which is really cool. And more figures should do that. More combiners. And then ankles, they pivot. There's a double hinge in the toe. Move it forward and up. So yeah. Anyways, for another size comparison. Oh, my background. No. What other combiners do I have? As another size comparison, here he is with Studio Series 86 Devastator. Well, let's move it to the side. Here, bite. There he is, a Studio Series 86 Devastator. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And this is a really fun figure set. Do I recommend it? If you're doing a masterpiece scale collecting, yes. If you're also willing to shell out $150 each. And if you want tune accuracy, then you're gonna have to shell out another $100. Though if you're doing masterpiece collecting, you most likely will do that. Like me. I'm in masterpiece collection. And mask. But yeah. Pretty cool. That's my masterpiece collection so far. It's not complete, not even close. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, cool. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.